your Malvern books. Thank you for coming. If you don't know me, I'm Yvette Murray, and I'm sort of behind the scenes in a lot of this stuff, so feel free to give me any feedback on it. We have a packed program, so I'm going to keep the announcements very short because we have a lot of interesting things going on. First of all, if you haven't registered and you want to be eligible for our email list and also for the book drawings and the grand prize, which is a sack full of books, you need to sign the registration sheet and put it in that blue bucket over there. Malvern Books also has their own email list. I think it's probably somewhere up there near the register. So if you want to know what else is going on here, you can sign up for their register. This event is being co-hosted by the Sapphic Reading Group of Austin and Malvern Books, and we certainly thank them for giving us such a nice venue and helping us out. It's a tremendous help to us. I have one commercial for you. This event is free, and we'd like to keep future events free. And one of our fundraisers has been the Lone Star Collection. It's a series of stories, and 5 of the people who have stories in here are here today. It has been published by Julie and Erin of Affinity Rainbow eBook Press, and all the proceeds go to us for use in future events. And they've been a tremendous help in putting this together and getting it out there for us. So we have a few copies of this, not too many today. Basically, the way the program lines up is we're going to start off with an interview with J.M. Dragon from New Zealand. And then we have a series of readings by the authors, and they'll tell you about some of the new books they have out now. There'll be a break in between, so you can get up, stretch, and grab some refreshments and stuff. And at the very end, hopefully there'll be enough time for us to have a discussion with all of the authors. At the very end is when we'll do the grand prize drawing for the sack of books. So, without any further ado, I would like to get started. Julie?
Want me to stand?
No, I'm going to sit down.
Oh,
But you're going home tomorrow, and
I am going home tomorrow, yes.
How long is that going to take you?
About 26 hours.
You're from the South
I'm
Island?
from the South Island, yeah. Just 30 minutes outside of Christchurch. Yeah. So,
And you're originally from?
I'm from the UK. I'm from Yorkshire. I won't say town because you probably won't know it anyway, but yeah, originally. And I've just been there. I've just spent 10 days there with my family because none of my family moved to New Zealand. So I haven't seen my mum for 8 years, and it was a good time to go. And I haven't seen the rest of my family for 15. So it was quite an emotional time, but really good and new memories and things like that. So it's really nice.
You've really been globe hopping.
I have, yes, this time, yes, I have, yeah. But I'm having a rest too.
You stopped off here, and then you...
I did, yeah. I took the chance to have a break for 3 days, and because I'm not very good actually with flights, and I get jet lag no matter which side of the world I'm on. So I figured, a couple of days as I landed into Houston, Boston, and then we did a quick catch up, and then obviously I went back to the UK for 10 days. And back here, I've been here 2.5 weeks, and I'm going home tomorrow. My animals are going to kill me.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. I figured the cats might not be speaking to you.
Oh, no. 5 weeks in a cat tree? No. The boys definitely will not talk to me for a week.
There's one picture of one of Julie's cats on our Facebook page, the black one. And I gather he's the troublemaker.
Well, he's the newest of my cats. He's called Maxwell Smarty Pants, and the reason for that is because he will mimic the other cats. You know, if he thinks that they're getting something, he will do exactly that, so he can get the treats and be sitting on the bed and all this kind of thing. And he's very clever like that. The other two are just, oh, okay, you know, it's chill time, you know. But he's very clever. Yeah. And I didn't. He's not my original cat. He came into my life 3 years ago. He's 6 years old. His family actually moved from. I live in the country, but they live even further into the New Zealand countryside. And he moved to the small town, which is about 10 minutes away. And there's a big river between, and he didn't like it when he moved, so he decided to cross the river, and he ended up on my property, which apparently all my neighbours said it's open house for any animal. And
yeah, like the hobos.
Oh yeah, I get them all. Yeah, not people, but but animals. And I've actually found the owners of the cat through the vet that I go to, and they came to take him home, and he wouldn't go. He literally wouldn't. He ran away from them, hid in some rooms, and then I said, "Oh, come back the day after, you know, have another go." They tried. He just wouldn't have anything to do with me. Ran off the property, and then as soon as the car left the drive, he came trotting back. Had him ever since.
Yeah, well, Ginge and Layden also have black cats.
Ah, must be nature.
In addition to your kitties, you have other creatures?
Well, we'll start with the smaller lot, shall we? The 2 alpacas. I've got a couple of alpacas, and they were also kind of rescue ones, because I've never had a big animal, not even a big dog, because I've been very small ones usually when I was growing up. And I thought, I quite fancy having alpacas. You know, I've got a 3-acre section, we can do a bit there. I thought I'd get them as really small, the critters, and do it that way, learn myself. Anyway, unfortunately, or rather fortunately, I guess, either way, my next door neighbours, his brother said, "Oh, we're getting rid of 2 alpacas, they're 2 years old, putting them down." I said, "You can't do that." I said, "What's wrong with them?" "Oh, we just name them." Oh, God, that's really cruel. I said, So, of course, I ended up with these 2 adult alpacas, and I was green all the time. They didn't like me. I couldn't take them for a walk on the harness, so I gave that up after a while, because they kept kicking me down. But now, I've had them about 7 years now, so they do actually, they're quite friendly to me now. But, and they're friendly to most people. However, if they don't like you, expect to be green and very smelly.
And you are not at a loss for eggs?
No. I've got 114 chickens on my property.
Oh my God.
And I started with 6, and then this is one of the big problems I have. Somebody says to me, well, we're putting that rooster down. Oh, I'll have him. Never thinking, of course, that obviously rooster, I just must be on another planet sometime. And obviously I introduced this rooster, and I'm originally from a city, in the UK. I've never really had chickens or, that kind of thing. So of course, when they had the chicks, I didn't have a hat to put the roosters down, and I ended up with 10 roosters on the property.
Oh, no.
And suddenly my 6 chickens went to 50. And it's been going on ever since, but I hate to say it, but I do know how to put them down now, and I do have to do the culling from time to time, however. It is difficult. I still cry every time I do it, but it's just part of the process, otherwise I can't have them. And I do love having chicks around, so that's the reason I've still got 7. Well, they are, some of them are penned. It's just I can't catch the others. I'm sorry.
You need a pet fox or something
We don't have foxes in New Zealand. We've got possums. If the possum gets on, it'll kill the lot. There's no, you don't get a choice. They just will kill everything. So I don't really
Yeah. Well, Julie, what started you writing?
Well, I mean, we all write, obviously, when we're at school and things like that. And I just like jotting notes down all the time. And strangely enough, a few months ago, when I was going through some old boxes up in the attic, I actually found some old journals that I've got, and I looked at the date. That's it. Can't be. And I started writing these journals when I was 8. And then I've still got them, and, and they're in really good quality actually, considering they were in pencil at the time and things like that. It's, you know, you can still read them. So I really started jotting things down, and I started, but I didn't actually start writing novels or stories for people to read until I kind of got on the internet in the early 90s, and then I suddenly thought, there's people writing out there, maybe I'll share, see what happens, because you're kind of a long way away, and people, you know, on the internet, you kind of, nobody knows who you are kind of thing. So I started then, and I started with Babylon 5 in fan fiction, because I liked that at the time, I like sci-fi and things like that. And then a friend of mine that I met on the internet, she said, oh, have you read Melissa Good's stories about Xena? I said, no, I love Xena, and obviously I like New Zealand. So I tried that. I didn't actually try writing any Xena because I didn't feel comfortable doing that. I didn't think I was good enough. So I kind of did the old fiction, and it really exploded from there.
Well, I noticed in your bio, you've written a lot of books.
I have to check this out myself.
I sort of lost count. And you have a couple of series, the Destiny series, and you've also done the When Hell Meets Heaven. I need to get that right because I always have it backwards, with Erin O'Reilly.
That's correct, yeah.
And your latest book, At Last, was one of our selections last month in the Sapphic Reading Group, and it was nice having you there and asking you questions about the characters and the story and how that got developed. So, do you have a particular favorite book out of all these, or
I think you're always going to come back to the very first one that you ever wrote that actually people liked, because you got feedback for the first time ever, and that for me was about Destiny, because that was the first novel length that I actually released out there, and that was in '98, so it's quite old, I guess now. So yeah, that has to be. However, you know, I just keep writing different types anyway. So.
yes, I was going to ask you about the different genres in your stories. And you do romance, you know, sci-fi.
I like to dabble.
Well, it shows a range of comfort level in writing different kinds of stories. And don't you have some that are like supernatural, or I guess we would call speculative fiction?
Yeah.
It's never meant a lot to me.
Yeah, the odd ghost in there, no, something like that. Yeah. I just like to put. Sometimes I generally do romance because it sells, doesn't it? You know, let's face it. I'm in a business. I've got to do something about that. However, I do like to dabble in other areas that don't sell as well. But I think it's just you get an idea from the story, and the characters start crawling in your head, and you think, I just like to write this. I'm obviously very fortunate that I'm part of the company, so I can, you know, I've got a bit of leeway, but not always.
Well, on top of looking after your feathery, furry family and
Cost me a
writing,
fortune, actually.
you and Erin run Affinity eBook Press.
That's correct.
And it's been 6 or 7 years now?
It's 9.
9?
Yeah. We're heading for the 10. 2020.
Could you tell us a little bit about the Affinity?
We think it's a great publishing company. It's small, obviously. We've only got, let's count, I think, 25 authors. And our library, it builds all the time, but we've been trying to bring out 2 books a month. But obviously, some of our authors are bringing out, well, they're not writing as quickly as we would like them to.
Well, they have other jobs.
Yeah, absolutely, as we all do, I guess. We definitely bring out a book a month. We're happy to do that, and we're continuing to support the marketplace where we can. But we started like 9 years ago because we were let down heavily by other book publishers, and we thought, let's give it a shot. You know, it was a time when Amazon were just starting with eBooks. I mean, they've been in the market for a couple of years, but they just started that, and we had the talents between us both to actually run a business, because I've got lots of admin and business strengths, and Erin's got the formatting and editing and all that kind of strength. So between us, we had a good collection of skills, and we started it off with just the two of us, and within 6 months we had 2 other authors, and then I think after 3 years we ended up with about 10. So we grew quite quickly, but then we don't grow as quick as some others because there's a lot of investment, and we want to still manage it. We want to manage the business face to face, not be people you can't approach. We want to continue that.
You started off with lesbian fiction, but now you have other divisions.
We don't have a division that's for general fiction. We've only got 2 books out there at the moment because it's new for us, but we've opened up the channels because things are getting tight, you know, and we need to explore other avenues. We do also have a division that's for people who want to be independent but want to procure the services of editors and beaters and book cover people. So we've got that there as well. They just sit there as part of the deal, really.
In the production of, let's say, a LesFic novel, how many people have hands-on beyond the author?
Let's see. 7.
And that's quite unusual these days. I know that you have an emphasis on quality and keeping out the typos and the mistakes and stuff, and so it goes through quite a process before it comes to market.
It does, yeah. But we want to do that because you're paying for a book, so you at least should get some quality. I mean, you can't always guarantee that the book you're reading is what you want, what you thought you were going to read. That's, you know, personal preference, but the actual quality of your book, it needs to be right if you're paying for it.
And what do you see as the biggest challenge as a publisher of lesbian fiction?
Gosh, there's so many. And it's true. I mean, we all talk about Amazon, of course, and the Kindle Unlimited and the subscriptions. But strangely enough, we had a chat with Lacey earlier, and it's not just that. It's the free books that are available now. It's the low-cost books that people are flooding out there into this marketplace. It puts a lot of pressure on publishers because they've got people to pay to give you a quality book. However, do readers want that quality anymore? They're very difficult questions that are out there that you can't answer. But the one thing that Lacey mentioned was perhaps we're trying too hard to find out why we're not selling as many books and things like that as to what's the next thing. What do we need to get into? And I'm a great believer that we've got a business that can move very, very quickly into something new if we see the opportunity, and we will. We are striving constantly to look for new things, and we love the feedback from people. We want to know what you want, because ultimately you're the people buying the book. It's not us. We love to write, don't we? We all love writing, but do you want to buy it? Are you prepared to buy it? What quality do you want? Is there some other medium that you want today that's we're not doing? Can we do it? There's lots of things, but I mean, on Amazon, I think for all of us with the Kindle Unlimited has hit us big time. But the stats are showing that across the board, most book publishers are down 30% anyway, and it's a multitude of things.
What would you suggest as an avid reader? What could we do to help you? Besides buying books.
Well, there is that. We really do love the feedback. Yeah, God, we like you to buy a book. There is the feedback. We need to know from you what it is that you want, what you want for the future. Are we going over the top on quality these days? Are you not really that interested? You're quite happy to find several typos in your books and things like that. We don't really know, because The feedback is one of the critical things that we all need to have. And I don't think we get that enough. I mean, we get all the Facebook things, but I'm sorry, but I go on Facebook and I turn it off really quickly because I'm sorry, I'm not. I would love to know what you think about books in general, what you want to see, even down to the subject things, because people say about subjects and say, oh, I'm fed up of romance now, I want sci-fi or history or whatever. We put those out and we can't sell them. And I don't think it's anything to do with that author or the quality of the book, you know, the actual content. I just think there isn't really a massive market for it. And it's very difficult to find out what people will buy today. Are you just happy with the subscription where you can read 100 books in a month rather than pay, you know, your money for 2 books, that's all you can have that month? It is such a hard thing. But we would like to know. We are more than open to listen to that.
Excuse me, but what is the best way for them to get that feedback to you?
Oh, if you go on our website, just email us. I love getting those emails. I spend a lot of time looking at those emails. And we always answer, always. We will reply to every email that comes to us. And it doesn't matter if you criticise too, because criticism helps us to grow and to do a better product at the end of the day. So we're happy whatever you want to say to us.
What about reviews on Facebook and Amazon? Are they helpful?
I'm in the corner that says no, not particularly. However, people think that's what you need to do. You need to have 20 good reviews to get your book noticed. I'm not sure that you do, but because for some people that works, you know, it's in the top 100. Or others you see with just one and they're number 1 and things like that. I really don't know. Personally, I don't know.
Is there anything that you would like to ask Julie? Had her on the hot seat here for a while. She doesn't enjoy being in front of the public eye, so.
That's why I don't come very often.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, just coming from an educator and finding out, you know, all these studies that are showing that a lot of schools are going to go back to print because reading online is not really, you know, helping these students. What about a young adult division for you guys?
Well, we can do that. We can. I mean, it's easy to do that on a website and things like that. We actually have, last year we actually did produce 2 young adult books, and I'm not going to tell you the number, but they bombed big time. We just couldn't get any traction, and perhaps that was because of lack of marketing skills in that area, maybe, I don't know, but we got no traction whatsoever in the books. So we have tried that. We're open to that too, and we will push them if we can, but where do we push them? Perhaps we need to talk to more people like you and say, hey, here's a few free books, try them, what do you think? We're open to that, so, I mean, we did support, we have supported a few people where they come to us and say, oh, we're having this event, and it's going to, you know, there's young adult there, adults, everything. We say, yeah, great, what books do you want? We're happy to do that, to try and, well, we need to get our name out there. It's critical for our authors and for the business, but we want people to read our books. So we're happy to listen and say, yeah, we can do that. So get over it.
Yeah.
About how much does it cost to take a single title from acceptance to print?
How much?
How much?
I'm not supposed to say that.
Ballpark. $5 million.
No. Well, about 1,200.
Editing and cover, 1,200.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
that's formatting too.
There's formatting, and obviously we've got beaters and but yeah, that does not include our running costs for the business. That's a separate business thing. But to actually produce that book, yeah.
So you've got to sell that many books to break even,
plus the royalty. You've got to sell more because obviously you've got the royalty to pay for your author, depending on what your royalty levels have got. You use sometimes a lower figure or a higher figure.
Do you have a business card? Or something, or can you tell me your web address, please?
Oh gosh, it's the one thing I didn't bring with me today.
I've got it on my computer, I'll email it to you.
Oh, I'm really sorry. Do you know, with all the things that I've been doing the last 5 weeks,
Or I can get it to you.
I didn't put my name and,
That's really
and
bad.
email address.
Okay.
It's
Absolutely.
actually
Big
on
time.
all the books. Inside the cover of any Affinity book is the web address.
Yeah.
So
But
you
you just highlighted a big
Take a
problem
picture.
that I just have. I've forgotten an essential piece of kit.
Well, I imagine you only had so much room.
Well, I brought 2 cases, but yeah.
Okay, well, we'll have another chance hopefully to chat at the end in terms of a group setting.
That'll be great.
So
Yeah.
I will let you off the
Oh,
hot
thank you very
seat.
much.
Thank you.
Does this mean I get my hot tea now with milk?
Oh,